Thank you for your interest in using iNaturalist to learn about and document species around you and contribute data to the Montana Natural Heritage Program. This video will cover how to set up an iNaturalist account. You can use iNaturalist solely on your phone. You can also use a combination of your phone while you're out and about documenting species, and then your desktop computer for doing identifications of your own observations or the observations of others. Or you can gather photos in the field using your phone and then use a desktop computer to import photos from your Flickr, Google, or other photo management applications. If you are going to use a phone and use the iNaturalist application, the first step would probably be to download from your favorite app store, whether that's Apple or Google Play or other. You can use the QR code there as well, and download the application onto your phone. Then either on your phone or your desktop computer, create an iNaturalist account under the sign up link at the upper right of the page that you see the address there on the screen. That will bring you to the dialog box on the right, and you can establish an account with an email, a username, and a password. And then we recommend that you say, yes, license my photos, sounds, and observations so scientists can use my data. And if you look more into that, you'll see that that is a Creative Commons non-commercial attribution license, or CC by NC is how people refer to it in a short format, so that you can, that information can be used readily by natural resource managers. Next, we'll cover how to set up your account in terms of your profile, your content and display settings, notification settings, and linked applications. So here we have a new account, and in the upper right, if you hover over that, you'll see account settings. Click on account settings, and then here are your different settings categories. First, a profile. So you can include a creative or other display name, say a little bit about yourself in a bio, and under the account, you can specify a language. Under notifications, this really depends on how often you want to be notified, but definitely we recommend being notified if someone mentions you. And the way to do this in iNaturalist is at and then your username. So if someone says at and whatever your username is, you want to get those notifications. So you probably want that turned on. These others might be too many notifications for you, and you can certainly turn them off. You can establish settings for relationships if there are users that you do not want to hear anything from, or if you want to block them. On content and display, we recommend that any traditional project can add your observations. So we recommend any here. We recommend taxonomic settings are updated with this checkbox. And on the licensing, we recommend that observations, this is the tabular observation information, that no copyright be put on those. So that's a CCO, no copyright. That means that for instance, a natural heritage program could pass on that data. And if there were ever fees associated with maybe a permitting or planning process, that tabular data would not cause any problems in terms of the copyright issues. On the photo licensing, you can see that our initial selection of attribution non-commercial that we mentioned on the previous screen is already clicked. That means anyone can use your photo, but they can't use it for commercial. And if they use your photo, they need to attribute it to you. The same thing for sound files. If you click on that option, you'll see attribution non-commercial. And we recommend that again, individuals could use your sound files, but they can't use it for commercial purposes, and they need to attribute them to you. It's your preference on common and scientific names as to what connects best with you. Often often it might be better to have scientific names for plants, in particular. Community moderation settings, we recommend just accepting those. And then under applications, if you were to use that option I talked about initially with bringing in photos from your Flickr or Google or Apple or other account, you can connect to those accounts here. Again, thanks for your interest in using iNaturalist.